Hi, my name is Manuel Olariu. It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for the invite. I am based in northern Germany near Hamburg. Joined the NASA Space Apps Collective after my participation during the 2021 and 2023 NASA Space Apps Challenge. My background is around open science, open hardware development, and IP tokenization research. With my previous project, Deep Venture DAO, we supported a lot of open science communities that are also looking for community-driven and community-governed research across the globe. And with my current project, Space Acceleration Industries, we are looking to build, on a protocol level, an infrastructure that is enabling open science and accessible and scalable data streams across the globe for NASA and other space agencies to distribute their data sets in a more open and public manner. We see this shift from a very closed source to a more open source community and engagement. So we see NASA's Earth Action and Earth Science programs pretty much at this intersection of having like large agency and enterprise level data points, but also making exactly these data points more accessible to communities across the globe. And if we can continue this trend of closed to open science, then we can also accelerate the pace of development, research and development across the globe to solve the biggest challenges of our time and create beneficial solutions for industries across, for example, sustainability and climate action, but also when it comes to individual lives and people, disaster response, and also resource utilization for countries, for nation states across the globe, but also for individual people. And this is how I see NASA's Earth Action program as a valuable contributor in making the insights more accessible for generations nowadays, but also for future generations. We are looking to build a fundamental infrastructure layer for space agency data. So we are looking to onboard space data providers to our infrastructure, to our protocol, tokenize their data and their access rights on a public ledger, on a blockchain. And then we're going to work with communities across the globe in making these data points more accessible and streamlining the whole value creation process and value flow from the beginning where we see the data providers, the custodians, but also back to the individuals again, when it comes to the researchers, when it comes to the entrepreneurs, but also to executives from public enterprises, to the consumers of the data. And this is how we're going to use NASA's open science and publicly accessible data. What excites me the most with especially the NASA Space Apps Collective is that we have a real community here. We have a real community of researchers and entrepreneurs and also enthusiasts who are looking and really driven by global impact. For sure, in this collective think tank, we can also connect and think together about solving these challenges that we have nowadays, also with the involvement of NASA, but also with the involvement of our own communities. And this is what makes me really excited about this collective. I started my journey pretty much 3.5 years ago. I thought about how can I create global impact for Earth through space technologies. And this is how I learned about open science and open hardware, about NASA's involvement in accelerating the adoption of open science and CERN's involvement. And I thought about how can I get started? Because I was pretty much solo at this time. I just finished my studies. I had a little bit of a technical background, so I knew what I want to accomplish, but I simply didn't have the network or the industry experience to get my feet off the ground. So, and I searched the web for hackathons at this time, for competitions, for potential co-founders to get in touch with other people who also believe in a sustainable future for space. And this is how I learned about NASA's Space Apps Challenge. With the original idea of tokenizing intellectual property with different marketplace frameworks as well. And this was like pretty much my first application for the Space Apps Challenge. So it was more of an open innovation platform that was also aligned with what NASA was looking for at the time. And then over the years after that, we saw a lot of rise with the open science movement as well, which is a very positive sign. And then after my engagements during the hackathon, I saw that with CERN, in collaboration with CERN, there were also different open science working groups. So I sent in the application for joining different working groups around open science incentives and sustainable open source infrastructure. And NASA and CERN accept my application. So I joined these working groups. I worked a little bit in these working groups for roughly 7 to 9 months, I would say. And then after that, I thought, okay, what else can we do with, for example, the open science community, but also with the engagement of NASA? And this is how I learned about the Space Apps Collective. I saw that NASA was looking for different professionals, but also enthusiasts and people who are starting their career right now, for example, to join this Space Apps Collective, where it's all about utilizing public data sets from NASA, by NASA. And this is where I sent in the application. I love the idea of a community-driven approach in accessing and utilizing NASA data. I wanted to support other people and also share about my experiences from the real world, from the industry that I built up over the past couple of years. And for sure, also when it comes to emerging technologies, thinking about novel solutions, how we can make the data more accessible across the globe and build like real solutions that are driving the progress for industries with the data that we have available. And this was a little bit, of the thought process that I had behind joining the collective, for example. Because I simply love to support other people, support young people. I believe that collaboration beats competition, and youth is outpacing traditional legacy systems. And I simply love to do this and to see others thrive as well.